Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're working on the 6.0 yet again. Got a new wiring harness in the other day. Also got some new Milwaukee stuff. But I'll move these mirrors here in a second. But today we're gonna be working on getting this wiring harness out. Bought a new wiring harness, like 700 bucks. And we're gonna try to get that thing installed here today. Or at least partially. I don't know how far we're gonna get, but I'm gonna start by pulling the charge pipes off, probably get the batteries out, because we do need to be over here, because I think we're replacing this plug in here. So we need to get in there. Probably gonna have to pull the battery box out for this side. But I'm gonna pull the charge pipes out, probably pull both batteries. And I think we're gonna take the fan shroud out as well. So I'm gonna look and see how that thing comes out. I think, if I recall right, you can pull this radiator hose off, take the radiator loose here, take your battery cable out up over the radiator, because it slides down in here. You can see my fingers there. And pull the radiator forward toward the front of the truck. And I think you can slip out your fan shroud here without taking the fan out. We already have the air intake off, air filters off from the other day when we was working on this thing. So I guess I'm gonna get started here, pulling some charge pipes off, and we're gonna get started. Alrighty guys, so got the hot and cold side charge pipes off, got the radiator brackets off here, I got the fan shroud unbolted here, one over here, set those out of the way. Our overflow tank tube there, got it set out of the way. We're gonna have to pull this hose off, be able to get the fan shroud out. You can see it is loose. Pull our battery cable out, set it up here. That way the radiator is free to move. We're gonna have to pull this hose off, to be able to get the fan shroud out. Probably gonna have to pull the batteries out and this battery box, and then we can keep plugging along. Alrighty guys, so sorry we didn't film too much. As you can see, it's dark now. We've been out here for 4.5 or so hours. You can see, got a pile of parts here, we got parts over there, and we have our old wiring harness. So we did get it off without cutting anything, and we have our new harness right here in the box. Alternator's off, Fickham's off. Well, you can just see here. Pulled the batteries, pulled the battery tray, pulled both of those out. You know, one on each side. That little module, little mystery module that we don't know what it does. And had to pull the oil line here on the top of the turbo off as well, to get the wires through it. But pulled the belt off, obviously, pulled the alternator. AC compressor down in there, pulled it completely out, because the crank sensor wire, which is under the crank sensor's under the AC compressor, and it runs between the AC compressor and the block. So you got to pull it completely out to get it off. And then over here, this side probably took longer than this side did. But over here, you can see about this large open hole here. Pulled the Fickham out. The degas bottle's just kind of sitting there for right now. Battery out, battery tray out. The little piece down here that the air filter sits on is a part of the battery tray itself. But got all this stuff out. The cam sensor wiring routes between these fuel lines right here, between those and the block. So that's a little bit of fun to get out. And then routes down under here, pretty much to the bottom of the motor, like the crank sensor over there. But we got everything out. We got the had to unplug a couple of the injectors over here. Got some bare wires there. Might need to touch that up a little bit while we're here. But what we did, you can see this clamp is loose. Pulled this out, our battery cable, pulled the radiator back. We got one bracket on it over there, but we was able to pull this fan shroud out. You don't need to do that, but that does give you access to pull the little upper piece here out. It is, I think it's over there, but it gives you a little access to pull that piece off right here. They just clip on. Kind of wish we would have taken this piece off, but got to pull the fan. That's a pain, and we don't have the special bent little tool to take the fan off the water pump. So didn't mess with that. Also, a lot of people say you need to take that banjo bolt out for this line right here. That is a fuel line, I believe, what I remember. A lot of people say you got to pull that out, and you don't. What we did is routed it up a little higher up here, then you can pull everything out back and through. So didn't really see the sense in bleeding the fuel system, getting air in it if we didn't have to. So here we are. Now again, sorry I didn't film a lot of this, but we were kind of both at it, pulling stuff off, trying not to break stuff, and so on and so forth. But the harness is out, laying here on the floor, and we're gonna call it a night. So we got to go find a gasket for that feed line. We're gonna go hunt for one of those tonight since we had to pull that off. Dipstick tube broke, or the dipstick broke. You can see right there. It is what it is. That broke while unplugging the IPR way back there. But anyway, I guess I'll catch y'all tomorrow, and we'll get the harness all put back on, hopefully, and we'll go from there. But anyway, like I said, I guess I'll catch y'all in the morning, and we'll get back to it. Alrighty guys, so you can see it's already dark. We've actually been at it already. New harness is in, batteries are back in, everything's back in, except for the charge pipes. That battery, need to put tighten these, and what else? Air intake, charge pipes, battery, cables, and I believe we're good. So see what this thing will do. But you can see everything back where it should be. So broke the dipstick yesterday. I'll get a new one of those eventually. Probably just tape it on for right now, that way it don't blow off. But I'm about to put the cold air charge pipe back in here right now. Alright guys, let's see what she does. Figure it'll take a couple tries. Alright guys, so you see there, no start. It acts like it wants to. Hook the battery charger up to it. Here in a minute we're going to try it again, cycle the key a couple times and see what happens. If not, we have the soleless here. I'll check for sync again and fix them sync and all that other stuff. But just thought I'd give y'all a quick update. So I guess we'll see what happens. Alright guys, well, truck won't start. Hooked the scanner up to it, no injection pressure. The IPR is at 85%, which means it's dumping. So I guess I'm gonna order a $300 IPR and we'll see if that fixes it. But I'm done here for the night. I'm going in before I light this thing on fire and just be done with it. So anyway guys, it's going to be a wrap for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video or maybe somehow found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching guys. Hope everybody has a little better day than I am.